realistic humanoid, robot practicing kung fu and also practicing fashion. OpenAI opens the floodgate to adult content. This is wild. Amazon potentially replacing 6,000 workers with robots, and this is actually a leaked document. And also, your social media identity is also to be put on audition by X. The new social media apps are built for one thing: profit. The future isn't about just coming in, they are already right here. The old rules is obsolete. And then from the factory floor to the digital bedroom, there are so many things to uncover on this video, and I'm going to be sharing everything with you guys on this episode. So I hope you actually sit tight and then go ahead and experience every reaction and every latest trend on social media. There are so many things to uncover on today's video, but then I am going to be starting from the list one. So we are looking at smartphone robot. Now this robot can actually snap pictures and video on by themselves, recognize objects, and also activate the camera on their own and also close the camera on their own. Although they have actually not listed all of this, but you can obviously watch the demo video and you can clearly see how smart this robotic smartphone is. And this is made by Honor. Imagine when Samsung or maybe the big players start making phones like this. This is actually the reinvention of the smartphones, and there are actually so many reactions from this also. Now I'm going through so many reactions, a very few reactions per se. So now the first person says developers at Honor and then put up an image, and then the other one, this is not even related, and then this other person says Honor concept robotic phone blurs the line between AI and hardware motion tracking camera that actually reads emotion. That is actually true. Sound futuristic, but teasers feels heavy on AI rendering. Innovation on the marketing hype. Yeah, it's actually true, but then this phone is not yet out. This is just an intro. I don't know if this is going to be real, but I think it's coming soon, and we just look out for that. And then, well, this is going to be interesting. And also the next person says, I think this is Galaxy AI anyway. Robot phone era about to be messy, and I am so here for it. This is Galaxy AI leaving this comment, so be mindful. Galaxy is paying attention. Obviously, Samsung is paying attention. And then there are other comments. I cannot read everything, obviously. AI promotion for AI emotions. Peak 2025. That is exactly what has been going on since 2025. AI promotion has actually been going on too much. Isn't this what they are using to arrest people for not smiling or some crap like that? It is going to be crazy if it's actually released. Meet the Honor. This is looking like an advert. Wow, just wow. There are so many reactions, I cannot read everything. If not, this video is going to be too long. So that aside, now we are actually looking at very realistic humanoid. Now you can actually see this video looking very realistic. If you see this particular content, or if you see this video, you might think it's generated by AI, but then this is real. This is so real, and you can see there are so many video content that are putting up this realistic humanoid, and it is so wow. I cannot actually go through the reaction of this particular one, particularly because of the way it actually portrayed. But then this is so interesting, and the more interesting thing is these humanoid robots are actually created this way. The skin and the look and the makeup, so human, and I think this is actually wild. Not just that, now we are going to skip that. I don't want to spend so much time on reaction. Looking at the Kung Fu robot. Now this Kung Fu robot is actually wild. And also, if you have been following, this Kung Fu robot is actually being done by Unit3. Unit3 has been making so many Kung Fu robots. I've uploaded some content that the Kung Fu robot is actually performing some Kung Fu kick and all this stuff. But now this one is wild. This is wild because this is actually the first Kung Fu fashion, and this looks so real. I cannot actually emphasize this enough. For a robot to be able to move around like this, do stuff, dance, without falling down, and this looks so good to be true. I mean, if there are no people in the background, if there are no real person filming this, you are obviously going to say this is actually done by AI. If there is no audience to witness this, I would also think this is AI. But we actually have to wait for this to be released or to be on sale for us to believe, because there are so many things going on the internet. There are so many fake things that are actually being portrayed. But I think this is actually going to be very cool, because there are some kind of design or clothes that looks too sexist for people to wear. So I think allowing robots to wear those is actually going to make it also better and more presentable on media, instead of having some sexist content in the name of fashion. I think this is actually a good one. And then not just that, guys, I'm actually marveled at the next topic. This is OpenAI allowing the creation of adult content. Now, this actually generated a lot of let me not say a lot of negative feedback, because so many people are actually into this. I don't know why, but I don't think this is actually cool. Now, this is actually a latest news, right? OpenAI to allow adult content on their creation. But then when looking for content when looking for people's reaction, I saw so many reaction. The recent one, people are saying, wow, this is interesting and okay. Then so many people, very few people are actually not welcoming this innovation. But then there is actually a post that actually caught my attention. This post is actually dated 16th of September, and there are other older posts that is actually even more interesting than the recent reaction, which is actually older post as of 2023. As of 2023, Midjourney also rumored to be allowing people to do this, but in limitation. So there are actually going to be strict guide for people to be able to create this content, and also they are actually watching out for teenagers that are actually making use of this particular content. So they are actually very strict with this. And then there is a lot of people that are actually reacting, a lot of positive reaction. This other person says, absolute good news. We don't agree on our worldview, but designing an AI to force your viewpoint over others is dangerous to democratic society. It is furthermore marginalizing for sex worker who already get enough abuse from the society. And then someone replied and said, I agree, it's the right move if they actually give adult content users more freedom. Yeah, somehow AI generated furry fun incoming, and the person say, let the furry have their fun. So many comments, I cannot read all of this so that to avoid copyright or community strike on my video. But basically, reading all these things, there are more positive people welcoming these changes than negative reaction. Personally, I don't really like this, but there are so many people welcoming this this innovation, and I don't really think I am cool with it. But there are so many people welcoming it, so majority carries the vote, and I cannot read everything for you. You can actually go ahead and search for this news and then read the reactions on X. This it's going to maybe satisfy you even more. And then another news is actually OpenAI has already launched their social media app. In case you missed it, I don't know if I shared the video. OpenAI already have their own social media app called Sora app. This is being tested not yet in every country and also not yet in every application version, because this only exists on iOS. So now OpenAI already introduced the Sora app on iOS, and that is actually their social media. It looks very much like your TikTok, where you watch engaging video, like and share, but this is actually going to allow you to recreate that particular content that you watch, because Every content you are watching right there is created with AI. So you watch it, you enjoy it, you can also recreate or remix that particular content that you watch. And then the thing I'm actually sharing in this video is that the AI is actually going to allow, OpenAI is actually introducing a revenue sharing model for copyright holders, which means original content holders will be able to earn from the video or from the characters that are being generated making use of OpenAI. And I think this is actually the best thing. This is actually what they should have done, and this is what AI would have done from the start to actually level up everything and make it better. Because OpenAI and other companies are actually making use of people's identity to make all of this content to be realistic. Already Meta uses everybody's data in their platform to make their AI work, so they should actually at least be paying all these people. And OpenAI being the first to make this a reality, I think would advise other people to be able to do it, or rather to do it. And this also have some reaction, a more like positive reaction. Now another person says, bro really said passive income for pixels, and another person says huge if it's true. And then this is another person. Okay, this is actually an automated message. I'm not going to read it because it's a bot generated message. And then another person says, I have so many questions, but he didn't leave their question. And then the other person says, the IP lawyers are on cooking campaign. I don't really understand what it actually means, but maybe some people do understand because he has some likes on that particular comment. Big win for creators, exciting to see fair pay model rolling out. Yeah, nice. But then it depends on the original content or character owner. And then Black Mirror company. Sounds like a step in the right direction. I agree. And there are so many other comments. I cannot read everything for you guys. It's interesting. I would advise you guys to go read this out. There are so many interesting feedback that you would want to see on the platform. Now, another shocking information. Amazon is actually going to be replacing 6,000 workers in the coming years, according to leaked documents. This is actually a leaked document, or rather it is alleged. And then this particular news has been coming gradually. It's been long due that some people will just come up and say people are going to be losing their job, This has been coming in front and back as a rumor. Yeah, it's coming in as a rumor, but gradually you can clearly see that this is actually becoming true. So now the platform is just going to come and then replace jobs, because there are so many AI jobs already in the industry. There are so many AI workers already. If you do not know, I think I've made a video about this previously, where there are AI doing jobs that humans are supposed to be doing, and this is actually crazy. And so many people are not really paying attention to this. Nobody is actually protesting. Nobody is saying anything. Gradually, AI is taking our jobs. Already, you can clearly see so many videos of Amazon workers and Amazon AI doing works. I have uploaded this video, but now it is actually becoming more real. And this comment, or rather this news, is actually also carried by New York Times, and it actually reported this, and for now is alleged. It is not yet been confirmed. Probably further investigation is going to be done to confirm this information. But this is actually really bad. It's okay for you to use AI to work, but not replace so many people in a short period of time, and then at a period where work is not even available in the society. So I think this is actually bad that it's just coming in, and then it is just going to be introduced immediately, and so many people are going to lose their job. This is actually bad. And then X is also going to be auctioning inactive handles. When I saw this, I was like, wow, do I have an inactive handle? Yes, I do. I have so many, not so many, I have like 2 or 3 inactive X handle. It's not as if I don't know them. I know them, but I don't really use them for now, because when I created them for different purposes. and different accounts, different social media accounts that I manage, and then I create different handle. Like for instance, this is TS Tech Talk. I have LifePath. I have Trust Okafor, different content in them, and I don't upload every time. But then it says, but there is actually more information. Handles are coming. Join the waitlist of handles.x.com. Now, the handles marketplace, this is actually being promoted by X Handle or Handle Marketplace. I don't know who came up with this idea, but X is always doing something crazy. They are always doing something crazy, not just. So now it says the X Handle Marketplace is our industry and also a fair solution to redistributing handles that are no longer in use. Then the eligible people are only the premium subscriber will be able to search and make requests with both complimentary and paid option available. So I don't know, maybe somebody can decide to want to sell their handle, and then the people that will be eligible to buy them are premium subscriber, and they can be like, oh, this handle is inactive. Then the X Handle Marketplace will put it up for sale, and then somebody will purchase it. I think domain name already doing this. If the domain name is inactive, somebody will just purchase it and resell it. And then this is crazy. Doing this is crazy, but is no longer making the social media social anymore. I don't know what you think, guys. Would you want to buy a handle on the marketplace, or do you think they are just out of their mind? Let me know what you think, because there are so many people that are actually welcoming this improvement, or this. There are so many people saying, so only one request for premium account at group. And then another person say, when I click the link, nothing happened, and then there is no button to get on the wait list. And then, do you know what that actually means? So they want to tell you that if you want to make your account active, the way they actually know that your account is active or inactive is that you click on the X logo. You click on the X logo to go to the home page, then they know that that account is actually active. I think that is actually bad, because maybe you only make posts, you just come to the S account, you make posts, you leave, and then you don't click on the S homepage or the X logo. Maybe I'm not getting this right, but that is basically what they say they use to identify somebody that is active in the platform. But if that is the only way they identify somebody being active in the platform, a lot of people will be losing their account, including me, because I can't remember how many times I click on that X logo. I do click on the homepage once in a while, not every time, but the one I click on a lot is openx.com, click on post, make my post, and then go away. I don't even read some posts because there are too many things. I can be creating content, watching video, and doing other things outside of X. I don't really like X platform. I spend more time on YouTube than any other platform. I spend more time on YouTube than any other platform. And then another platform I spend my time on is Facebook and TikTok. And all these platforms, I make content also in them. I don't know. I don't too much spend time on X. And then X putting this up to like, this is like threatening people to use their platform, or rather forcing people to use their platform or to be more active on their platform. This might actually work, because me, I don't want to lose my account, and I just have to stay in the game and not lose I cannot wake up one day and be like, your account has been sold to somebody, or somebody is trying to buy your account. You have to do this in order for it. I don't want to do any stuff like that. I just want to have my account, open it whenever I want, log in, read content whenever I want to. Like I'm reading right now, I'm reading content on X. So come read content that I want to, and then make my video, or maybe not use it at all, or open it and make my post and leave. I don't want to keep scrolling, doom scroll. I doom scroll on YouTube, I doom scroll on X, I doom scroll on TikTok. Bro, I don't want my life to be sucked in this crane. I have other things that I'm also doing, and I'm also going to take my bait and do any other thing, rather than, nah, you guys should just take it easy. I know they want people to spend time on their platform, but I think they are doing too much. They are doing too much by wanting people to spend too much time on X. Bro, I don't know. What do you guys think about all of this? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section what you think. This is actually crazy. This is very crazy, guys. It is so crazy. I wouldn't deny. This is just too crazy. All right, guys, see you on the next one. If you enjoyed this content, I really appreciate you spending your time. Make sure you subscribe, share the content with your friends, and let them know what is happening around the world. All right. On tech. See you soon.